weekly update. So obviously, as you've all been hearing, I don't think anyone doesn't know about all the changes in tariffs and what's going on with the US and China. But what I've done is, because a large portion of the pre-orders are based in the US, I've pulled the production forward to get all the pre-orders for the US customers done by the end of next week. So next Sunday, on April the 20th, all the US-based orders are going to be ready to ship out to my freight forwarder and then dispatch to the US. Reason being is I just want to get them to all the US customers as soon as possible, because everything's changing so quickly. So what that means is it doesn't impact any non-US pre-orders. So everyone who backed the Kickstarter, you're still on track for early May shipping. So I've just pulled forward, it's like 400 orders are from the US. So those 400 bags are going to be pulled forward, packaged, sent to my freight forwarder on April the 20th. So you should receive the bag literally, like, you know, at the start of May. And then the remaining pre-orders and the remaining first batch of bags that I'm manufacturing are going to be ready before the end of April. So you will then receive the bag early May, right? Maybe like a week or two after the US pre-orders. But everything's on track. The only reason, as you can imagine, is just everything's changing so quickly with the tariffs. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to ship out the US orders ASAP. So that's what I'm doing, and my suppliers kindly helped me with pulling that forward and doing that separately. And then what else is happening? So quite a few other samples I'm working on are really developing, which is so cool. So Travel Wallet is probably going to be the next product I release. I'm gonna edit into this video me talking about the samples that I've received and my thought process behind it. I still need to make a tweak or two, but I think the next sample I receive of this Travel Wallet will be ready to go. I'll talk you through that now, and then once I'm done, we'll jump back into the garden talk, the garden chat.
Yeah, so these are the two Travel Wallets well, basically the same. I just was testing different suppliers. The concept is, let me pop this out. This is a titanium card, right? So what does that mean? This means this is RFID blocking, right? So if you look up online, all the theft that goes on if you don't have an RFID blocking wallet is super interesting. And effectively, the way that, let me slide this on. The way, if I can try to do it with one hand, there we go. The way that this is RFID blocking, right, is that there's two titanium cards. So your cards go in between the two titanium ones, right? And then there's this elastic band that's keeping everything together. And there's a small ridge, can you see here, in the elastic band that the elastic band sits in. So that's the concept, right? This is the other sample I got. I think this band's too thin, so this final sample is going to be around this width. This one's too thin. And then also with both samples, the actual titanium's too thick. So this is 1 millimeter thick titanium, and I'm going with a 0.5 millimeter thickness. Reason being is that there's two cards, right? So if this was just an individual card, 0.5 millimeters would be super thin, but because there's two, it just feels like it'll be nicer if it's more thin. And then, yeah, it's super simple. Like, you can even put cash. If you have cash, you could put it inside this strap and it will just be in there. And it's just super simple, super minimal. I mean, it literally feels like you've just got your cards in your pocket. It's so light because it's titanium, and it's just a super simple design. I'm also asking them, did you hear that sound? I'm asking them if they can put like, I think it's like called sandblasting. So like just add a finish on top of the titanium so it's not as titanium-y or titanium-esque. Just have a bit more smoothness. But once there's actual other plastic cards in the wallet, it does move a lot smoother. But titanium on titanium just feels not that nice. But yeah, so this is the wallet. As I say, the final prototype will be more or less like this. I just want to smoothen out a few aspects. But yeah, that is the concept. Put your cards in here. You can slip your cash inside here, and it's literally, imagine having, oh, there's a hair on there. Imagine having like 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in here. I think I'll do a test once I get the final sample. You can probably get about 6, 7 cards in here, but it's literally just like you've got a few debit cards in your pocket because it's just so low profile and slim. So yeah, that is the idea. I don't know if it's the thinnest RFID blocking wallet, but it very well could be, because it's literally just two 0.5mm sheets of titanium and an elastic band. So yeah, I will obviously test the RFID blocking on the 0.5mm thickness. My research shows that it still would be RFID blocking, but obviously I will confirm that before I actually launch this product. But this is the travel wallet. Looks super cool. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It would be super cool to hear what you think. I love it. I think it's so sick. And yeah, back to the video. I thought I'd also just include an example of how it would actually work, and it's going to be difficult to do this with one hand, but can you see I basically just slip my card out like this. When I want to put it back in, pop it in like that, bosh. Do you see? So slip it out. I'm not going to slip it out completely just because I'll probably need 2 hands to get it back in, but then can you see? I mean, it's pretty straightforward because it's an elastic band, but can you see it just slips right back in? So that's the demo.
So yeah, and then in terms of other samples I'm working on, there's so many, right? But I'd say the travel clothing is an interesting one. Like, I'm developing this merino wool jacket, and it's using woven merino wool. So it's basically like naturally water repellent, super breathable. It's merino wool, so it's anti-odor. So I'm super excited to receive that. I think I'm going to focus at the start things like travel wallet, the passport holder, and these kinds of things like packing cubes. I'm going to focus on launching them. I'm going to focus on launching those first, purely from the perspective that I know how difficult clothing and shoes is, as far as you want to try on your size, it doesn't fit, or whatever it might be, all these things. So I'd rather wait a bit before launching that, because I feel like that could be a bit more difficult. But other than that, yeah, like, we're going full steam ahead. Everything's happening. I'm so grateful. All the support. I say it every video, but I love this, and I love that you're affording me the opportunity to be able to work on this, because this is what I love to do. So it's literally thanks to each and every one of you who's supported me now, continue to support me. I see all the people that support me in the subreddit and just everywhere. Like, I truly, it helps so much. So thank you, really, thank you so much. And yeah, this was more of an update just to sort of say everything's on track. As I say, regarding the tariffs, I've pulled forward the US orders that my supplier's kindly done. So it's just that those 400 pre-orders are just going to be ready. It's really just going to be like 10 days earlier. But as I say, it's not going to actually impact the remaining orders that are outside of the US. You're still going to get it early May. It's just going to be that the US orders are going to be even sooner. They'll probably still be, by the time they reach each of you, it will be the start of May. But as I say, it's just because of the tariffs and how much things are changing. I just thought it makes the most sense to get them out ASAP. And yeah, I'll probably post an update once the US orders are shipped out, once the remaining orders are shipped out. And then what I want to do starting next month, probably at the end of next month, I'm going to start One Bag Traveling myself. So these weekly update One Bag Travel Diaries is actually going to be me in Thailand or wherever it is that I go, and just go travel, exercise, eat healthy, work on this business, work on new products, live my life, document the journey of building this brand, and all doing that whilst One Bag Traveling. So I'm super excited. I'm super grateful as well. Just as I say, like, this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for each and every one of you who supported me. So thank you so much, truly. And any questions, pop them in the comments. Always happy to discuss anything. And yeah, I appreciate all the support. Sorry, these videos are kind of just me sitting down. It's kind of just a garden chat. So yeah, I will post an update once things have been shipped out. And I'll obviously be posting more updates, as I say, once I'm actually traveling and getting new prototypes and talking about more products and building this brand. So thank you for joining me on the journey, supporting me. If you're watching this video now, you're one of the first, and yeah, I truly, from the bottom of my heart, it means so much. So really appreciate it. We'll check back in, as I say, once those bags have been shipped out, and let's go. I'm so excited, I'm so grateful. Can't wait for each of you to get the bags. Have a beautiful weekend. Thanks again for the support. We'll speak soon. Take care, all the best. Bye. So one thing I forgot to mention in the video, which I thought I'd just add into now, is as far as how it's going to work with shipping. So the first batch of orders that are going to the US that are going to be finished on April 20th, my supplier in China is going to have all of them packaged up. Then on April the 20th, they're going to ship from my supplier to the freight forwarder. Then the freight forwarder, because they're all ready to go, they've contacted the warehouse manager to basically receive them, put the labels on them, and ship them out. So they're going to ship directly from China to you in the US. Everything's prepaid by me, so hopefully everything should just go smoothly and there shouldn't be any issues on that front. And it will take, it says the guideline is 6 to 10 days. So once it ships out, let's say it ships out on the 23rd or 24th, it will be around 6 to 10 days before it arrives with you. Obviously, because of what's going on with the tariffs, there might be an extra few days delay. But that is how it will work in terms of the process. And then the same, so the orders that are outside the US, when they're ready at the end of this month, at the end of April, let's just say they're ready on April the 30th, they're going to ship from my supplier to the freight forwarder. They're going to have all the labels put on them, and then they're going to go to all the orders around the world. And for pretty much all of the orders, I think all of them, apart from like a few countries I'm seeing, all the deliveries and duties are prepaid. I think I checked, like Australia, I thought it was prepaid. Now it's not showing as prepaid. There's only a handful of pre-orders from Australia, so I will message you individually and just confirm if that is the case. But for the vast majority of you, it's prepaid. There's no additional taxes or duties, whatever, and you receive the bag. Happy days. I just thought I'd explain the process of what's actually going to happen. So supplier, freight forwarder in China directly to each of the countries that you guys reside in, and no fees. You enjoy the bag, and we all travel in happiness and enjoy life. So yeah, that's the process. Thought it'd be useful just to explain the actual step-by-step what's going to happen. And yeah, appreciate all the support. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this in the middle of the video, at the end of the video. But yeah, back to the video or not. Cheers.